Welcome back to DQP Does. This is going to be our first episode of our October Halloween specials. Ooh. So spoopy. With me this evening is the usual cast. Nathan. Russell.
What's up, you tricks?
Okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
You can leave that part.
Okay.
Tricks are just bitches.
And our special guest, Cassie.
Happy Octoboween. Octoboween. All month. All month is Halloween, so it's Octoboween.
Oh my God.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of DQB Does. We'll see you next week.
Oh no. That's my quote for this episode.
I liked Octoboween. I don't know what your problem is.
Oh my God. All right. Tonight we watch Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's Trick or Treat, but it's Trick or Treat. There's no A-R-E.
It's only trick or treat if you're dressed like a pirate.
Oh, wow.
There's a pirate in this.
Yep.
He's more like a cabin boy, I guess.
Okay. So, the cast in this, mostly character actors, the biggest, like, what?
He's still what the fucking over what I said.
Okay. Oh, that's not Rip. That's Brian Cox. Is Brian Cox still alive? It doesn't say anything about him being dead, so.
It would say underborn if he had died.
It just has born. So Brian Cox is still alive. We thought it was Rip Torn for some reason.
Oops.
Yeah. Oh well.
It was
anyway.
the hair.
Well, he also has like a nose prosthetic and like a bunch of like weird facial, like makeup scars and shit.
Maybe that was the inspiration for his character.
It was
The
Rip
director
Torn.
was like, "You're Rip Torn today." And he's like, "I've been hearing that my whole fucking life."
Fuck you. But other than Brian Cox as Mr. Krieg, you've got Anna Paquin as Lori. This dude, Tamo Pennicott, I don't know why he looks like a Matt to me, but Tamo, if I'm saying your name wrong, please send us a video of you saying your name. And then Dylan Baker is in a ton of stuff. I mean, I think all these people are in a lot of stuff because I recognize a lot of them, but they're not like big actors.
Yeah. So I thought the girl dressed up as the angel looked really familiar, Macy or Marcy.
It
But
was Macy, I think.
I don't know because these fucking subtitles were fucked.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
fucked.
But and I looked her up, and she is Princess. Fuck, what was her? Starts with a C, not Cassandra.
That's me.
That is you. Fuck. Anyway, she does a lot of voice acting for My Little Pony, and I was like, I don't know her. She just looks
Britt
familiar.
McKillop.
Yeah.
Let's see. She is. Oh, it just has the princess part. Princess Cadence.
Yeah, Cadence.
I knew Schrader. That is Jean-Luc Bilodeau. He's super Canadian, so I can't.
Oh,
But he was
the
in-
tall kid.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was in Baby Daddy. He was like the main guy in that. I think he's been in a bunch of Disney movies. And then he is in this new hospital show called Carol's Second Act. And I actually watched the first episode of that, and it was hilarious. But yeah.
Oh, that's the
I knew him.
the rookie for women and people that like hospital procedurals.
What?
That's the like middle-aged lady becomes like a
Like an intern.
Intern, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the rookie.
Why didn't you say that the first time?
No, because the rookie is what the fuck's
Where
his...
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion is a middle-aged guy that becomes a rookie cop.
Oh, I
It came
had
out
no
like 2
knowledge
years
of
ago.
that show at all. So
Yeah. Or was it last year? Was the first season?
I think it was last year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is
that it got a
basically the
second.
same show. No, it got a second
did
one
it get a
because it's
second?
about to start up, I think.
I love Fillion, but
Oh, he
like,
was
what
in
the
Kyle.
fuck, man?
he was in Kyle XY too. He was Kyle XY's little brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love that kid, and he's hot. Follow him on. I follow him on Instagram.
That's acceptable because everyone will be like, "Oh yeah, you go, bro."
Because girls
Let's
think
not have that conversation.
Oh, okay.
girls think he's hot.
Nope.
I was going somewhere else with it.
Oh,
Shane cut me off.
Yeah.
oh.
It's
Yeah,
probably
don't
a
worry
good
about
plan because we should talk about the movie.
Yeah. Probably.
That'd be a first.
All right, so we've covered the cast a little bit.
I want to highlight Paquin in this
Okay.
because there are very few times you get to see her act really well. Like
Right.
she did like 8 seasons of True Blood and has like 2 scenes where she actually cared. But like her
She was also
acting,
wearing more
Did
clothes
she
than this.
care in this
Was.
one?
I just felt I felt like she had to a certain extent because like her acting in this is much different than what I'm used to seeing. Because I mean, even her as Rogue in X-Men, like I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I don't
Well, I
believe
mean, that's
you.
also like the worst fucking Southern Belle accent ever.
Yeah, that's true too.
So
Which it didn't get better for True Blood.
no,
so.
it didn't. They were like, "Hey, you can not do this. Let's put you in a show that's all you can do."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So I super enjoy her in this. I
Mhm.
feel like she really pulls off the part really well because she starts as this kind of like shy,
Demure.
yeah, and that leads into the reveal, and then she's like immediately creepy. And when she enters so when they're in the woods and she enters into the group,
Yeah.
and the look on her face, and like I believe that she's a badass,
Right. It was a subtle difference between the two versions of the same character.
Yeah,
Where like the one was like actually demure, but then you figure out that she was like faking it.
right.
So she was good at acting like she was acting like someone else.
Cloaks off.
Yeah. So she was really good at faking it, and that makes
Yeah.
me nervous.
Most women are.
Oh, get off
Well.
this podcast.
Oh shit. Well,
We call that a zinger, kids.
zing. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I really liked how she blended that, going from being demure and like all of the acting like she was looking for a man to take to this party, not
Yeah.
for somebody to fucking eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was her first feed.
Yeah. But I don't know. This movie's really interesting, and I like how like interwoven everything is.
Mhm.
Even though it jumps back and forth because it has to like resolve some of the things while it's already shown the resolution in some way in another part, but it still keeps its timeline straight.
I feel
Yeah,
like it
which is
just goes
impressive.
backwards.
Well, it doesn't go backwards completely because like some of it goes from the end back to the beginning, but then it like goes for a little while and then goes to another scene, and that scene might overlap the end of another scene, so then it's got to
Oh,
go
that's
back.
true because the backyard stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
because of the
Happened.
backyard stuff,
Yeah.
the howling,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the werewolves and stuff. Because I think it's good storytelling, and it's a good continuity director, because there's movies that are straight lines where the continuity director fucking fails
Yeah.
and can't keep shit straight.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that. Because the timeline doesn't feel like it fit in one part.
Okay, which part?
Backyard scene.
Okay.
Essentially, you see from Steven's perspective where he just gets done burying those bodies and planting the tree and all that.
Uh-huh.
And then you see, what was the old man's name?
Mr. Krieg.
Yeah, you see Mr. Krieg wrestling with Sam, kind of in the background, like he's like beating on the window, trying to get his attention.
Uh-huh.
How, in that time frame, when we look at it from Mr. Krieg's standpoint, is there enough time for him to finish putting all that dirt in that hole, plant a tree, put the gnome there, and water it? Like, it just, that's not enough time.
Talking about the hole specifically.
Yes.
Yeah. So like he
There's not
also
enough time.
wouldn't have been able to dig that hole that quick.
It's
In
not
a
about
night.
digging the hole. The hole's already dug, and he was
'Cause
standing in it.
There's
All
already
he had to
something
do
in
was
it
put
and
the
a blanket
dirt.
over it.
Yeah, there
when
was
he
like a
walks back
tarp
there.
over it. I'm
Yeah.
saying
He's
he
a
would
serial
have had to
killer.
have
Right.
put all the dirt in and plant the tree. Like he would have been busting his ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not enough. It's too much.
Well, you're
Well-
supposed to forget all that happened by the time it gets around to what happens in the house.
Well, I didn't.
Right. Yeah, that part kind of doesn't fit, I guess, because there isn't any time break or like possible time break in the between when he goes out to check on the dog and when he knocks on the window.
To go along with yours, the zombie children following the girl home.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they would have still been eating the other 4 kids, but she like walks by with her little pumpkin on her wagon, and then he like looks over and the zombies are there.
You don't know what happened in between. She might have stopped somewhere or something
Yeah,
because that's a
yeah.
long walk.
She might have stopped to get a pack of smokes or something.
I don't know. Probably not a pack of smokes, but
She wasn't wearing her glasses.
She broke
Yeah.
them.
yeah. So it might have taken her longer to get home because she
didn't
couldn't
know where
see.
the hell she was going.
Maybe. But they didn't like want to eat her on the way.
No,
She had a pumpkin,
she was.
and she
Okay.
wasn't a bad kid.
She's marked safe.
Because like everybody that died was like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
right?
Except
So-
for the bus driver. He didn't die, but he was a piece of shit.
Well, at the very
Yeah,
end.
he died. He got killed by the kids.
Well, yeah. It's
Sam didn't kill
assumed.
him.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with both of these things but we're also, you were talking about the continuity of the story.
Yeah.
But these things are like, the suspension of like traveling
Right.
or
Yeah.
how much time it takes to do an event, right?
Yeah. So they're not big
Um,
deals. And the rest of it is really awesome and like the thought process behind it all. But
Yeah. Yeah. But I do agree with those 2 points. And with the whole situation, I was thinking when we were there, I was like, well, how did he dig that hole? How did he fill that hole? Okay, whatever. Oh, this scene's fucking awesome.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Like the little things as far as those 2 things and there's a couple like other parts because like I think if we put together the timeline maybe it wouldn't work
yeah.
because a couple times they do say what time it is and shit like that.
Right.
But as far as just like watching the movie and not like fucking writing out an outline
Mhm.
of the order of events, it feels really good as far as, when things happen and all of
Yeah.
the little foreshadowing of what's going to happen in some of the storylines. Most of it foreshadows the werewolf storyline, but
Yeah.
some of it does go back to the bus driver shit.
Well, when you're watching the bus driver stuff, it foreshadows it because he's flipping through the channels and it literally, because it's right at the end, it hits everything that happened
Right.
on the TV. By the way, great infomercial for that food injector thing.
Ronco.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this movie is an hour and 22 minutes long, and I every time I watch it, which is apparently I guess once a year, I found out tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't realize it. Usually I'm just like, oh, I guess it's Halloween. Let's watch Trick or Treat 'cause it's probably one of my favorite Halloween movies.
Yeah, did we start watching it at the apartment?
Yeah, we've like watched it for 5 years, and I'm pretty sure when you got me to watch it, because I hate scary movies, but I love this one. I think you're like, I watch it every year. You have to watch it, and I was like, okay, I'll fucking
That
watch
doesn't
it.
surprise me.
So yeah, we've watched it for probably 4 or 5
4 or
years.
5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So the thing that amazes me is how much happens in this hour and 22 minutes, and at no
Yeah,
point in
there's-
time does it feel rushed,
Yeah.
or nor does it feel like crammed.
Right.
no,
It flows so fucking well.
Right.
It's astounding.
Like just from story to story, and that's because I don't think since it's four like vignettes, but they're not in order.
yeah.
Right. It's not like, okay, we're gonna tell one story and it might like hint at the other story, and we're gonna tell another story, because I've watched some of those, because like I really liked this movie and I looked for other movies like it,
Right.
and they're like, you know, it'll tell a story about, you know, a slasher, and the cops that show up at the end will be like talking about a messed up scene that they saw before. And
Yeah.
it'll be like earlier that night, and then there will be another story, and it'll be the whole story. And, you know, they'll have 4 stories in it, but they won't interweave them like they did in this.
Yeah.
But part of the reason that I think it works so well and it doesn't feel crammed or rushed is because you don't need any backstory on any of these characters.
Right.
Because they are vignettes, right?
Yeah.
So like it's all about the plot of what's happening, not necessarily like motivations or anything. We don't care why the principal is a serial killer.
Right.
We didn't even ask the question.
Yeah, no, no point in time. I don't think any point in time that I've watched this have I been like, why is he like that?
Yeah.
I've always wondered if he killed his wife, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does seem like it poses that question in the movie, though. So like that,
I like that it's not confirmed.
Yeah.
So
But is a taller, older tree in the background when he's planting the one.
this movie's awesome.
Well, then, like when he's like talking shit about his kid, one of the things that he said that the boy never said on camera was, "I miss mom," or "I wish mom was still here."
Right. I wish.
And so
mom was still alive.
Yeah. So it's like maybe the child favored his mother, and it was like jealousy, so he killed him or killed her.
Yeah.
So that the son would only have him, and then he's like, I miss mommy. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you, I killed her.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, every time I'm like, you fucking killed her.
And so that's probably my favorite, my second favorite character in the show. I mean, Sam, the spirit of Halloween,
Oh my
is
God.
obviously
He's
my
so
favorite
cute.
character. But after that, it's Anne Paquin's character, and then Stephen Wilkins. Trying not to call him Wilkinson, but Stephen Wilkins is probably my second favorite character, because the third favorite character, that actor.
Looks like Ed Helms.
But he just does this great job being this like weird yuppie,
Yeah.
also / serial killer dude.
I like him too, because he's like also the principal, and you'd never think he's burying bodies in his backyard.
Yeah.
And he's
Right.
fucking or poisoning his students.
and
He is like
he's so funny and condescending, like, and then when he's not, it's like I didn't feel bad for him, but I was just like,
He's so pathetic.
yeah, he's so
Yeah.
pathetic.
Right. You know, the predator meeting a bigger fish.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man, I
It's like,
fucking love it.
oh shit.
I
Well-
really like where the other werewolf chick pulls his fangs out,
Yeah.
and she's like, oh,
I like you.
yeah,
Yeah. Good stuff.
good shit.
So let's talk about special effects a little bit.
Yeah.
Most of this was practical effects.
Yep.
Which is fantastic. I love
Mhm.
practical effects. One thing that was awful as far as practical effects goes is the fucking nose they put on Cox for Mr. Krieg.
Yeah.
Like that, it was never pointing in the same direction. It was like he kept fucking with it, and the makeup person was just like, fuck it, just whatever, I don't care.
well, I have to say I didn't notice it. I didn't nose
You
it did.
fuck.
Nope. Pun didn't work today. Yeah, I didn't notice the nose.
Wow. All right.
They hate my puns. That was a bad one.
But
I'll give you that.
It wasn't very punny.
I can't think of. There wasn't a whole lot of CG. I think it was mostly like the transitions.
Yeah.
Because there's like the leaves one when they're talking about the school bus.
Did you love that one?
No,
Oh, I thought that one was awesome.
I like the execution wasn't great, but I like the idea,
Oh,
and it was okay, but it wasn't great.
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
They definitely did CG on Anna Paquin's face when she was transforming.
Oh yeah,
And I didn't I didn't super love the CG part, but I loved all of the makeup effects after the CG part, and I just didn't understand. I guess they wanted to show it like happening, but like they could have easily like cut the part where she has her head leaned back and just showed it from his perspective where she's like normal and her head leans back and then she leans forward and she has the makeup effects on.
Right.
Like I damn near probably would have shit my pants.
Right.
Like I didn't need to see the actual transition. It would have been much more jarring. And it being like a Halloween horror film, like the jarring part I think would have been more awesome.
Right.
And then the part where the chick drags her fingernail down the other chick's back to cut her skin off.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't super fond of, but all of the ripping
the
and
skin.
tearing and all that shit looks
Ooh.
fucking great.
Ooh. Yeah, the werewolves looked good. They were, I don't know if they were all CG or part CG, part animatronics.
I know the one, you can tell that the one that's next to Anne Paquin when she's on
like
top of
sniffing.
Steven, yeah, is animatronic.
Yeah, the way it moves.
But they reminded me of
Twilight.
no.
Fuck off.
Fuck, what is that series? They're called marsupials in the series.
Marsupials.
Yeah.
That's a kangaroo.
Yeah. Well, that's the category they put werewolves in.
What?
They don't
Is
have a
marsupials.
pouch.
They do in the series.
What
The Howling?
fuck are you watching?
I think that's what it's called. I think it's called The Howling.
Okay.
But there's like 6 movies. They're like B-rated werewolf movies.
I mean,
But-
I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I've seen any of them. So
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that they were like fucking
Ginger
kangaroo.
snaps.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
they have pouches and they carry their baby werewolves in the pouches. It sounds dumb, you know.
it
now that I'm
sounds real
saying
fucking dumb.
But like the first movie is fucking really great. It's like on par with Werewolves in London.
Yeah, I've heard the first one was good.
Yeah, the first one's good, and then it kind of
Howling?
goes downhill. Yeah, The Howling.
With Jack Nicholson?
No, that's Silver Bullet.
Hold on. I gotta do work.
No. See, that's what I was thinking too, was that the first one had, or the Howling specifically was Jack Nicholson. Maybe we got the wrong name for the series.
Maybe
Well, there is 5 of them.
The Howling. D. Wallace. Christopher Lee is in 2.
I'm not surprised.
I thought Jack Nicholson did a werewolf movie.
He did.
It's called Silver Bullet.
No, you're wrong.
I mean, I might be wrong.
No, I just don't want you to be right.
Well, this says Silver Bullet is Gary Busey.
Oh, it was One Flew Over the Cuckoo. No, that's not right. We're not talking about the movie.
I'm on Jack Nicholson, so give me 2 seconds.
It's in the 80s.
Trick or treat, smell my feet, give
Wolf?
me something good to eat.
Oh, yeah, that's probably it.
That's 2 on the nose. That's probably like
Like a wolf's nose? Eh?
No, I mean, Wolf.
Yeah, I yeah.
That's it. Yeah, anyway.
So you're marsupial wolves. They have pouches.
Yeah. I don't know that it's the first movie, but eventually they have pouches. I feel like it's later on because it's kind of dumb.
Yeah,
And they have
it's
like baby werewolves in their pouches and
Maybe
shit.
it was dog soldiers.
It was not dog soldiers.
Just thinking of
You
stupid
just
ass
wanted to
werewolf
bring up.
movies. Ginger Snaps.
You
Back.
hate ginger snaps.
Ginger Snaps back. Ginger Snaps the beginning. There was
What's-
3 of those movies.
What's the one with Benicio del Toro and
Oh,
Anthony
fuck.
Hopkins?
Fuck.
Uh,
I don't think
You
it's
would.
called fuck.
yeah,
I
it was
wish.
called fuck. A werewolf story.
That should be a fucking
It is now.
Trademark property of Drafty Quarters Productions, Inc.
Fuck yeah, let's do this.
I know what movie we're talking about, though. I mean, we've all seen it because he gets like, they go in that room and he gets pinned in there with like all these like leaders, and they're like watching him transform, but then he breaks.
Yeah, they're like
change.
doctors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he, like,
that's-
just
It's an
fucking
old.
massacres
It's a
him.
like an old teaching theater.
Yeah, it was
for-
like the only thing Benicio did that was really good.
Oh.
Whoa. Wait
I'm
a
just
minute.
fucking
trying
around.
to start some shit.
I'm just fucking around. Excess
He's trying.
baggage was great.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is going on? Fear and Loathing, Snatch, Way of the Gun, Traffic, The Pledge. I'm just The Hunted. I'm just gonna go through down Sin City, Benicio del Toro's list.
Yeah, when you gonna name a good one?
Escape from Dannemora
The
was
Wolfman.
super good.
Yeah, the Wolfman.
Jesus, we
It's the
can't.
most obvious fucking names.
And
Wolf
yes, Escape.
and the Wolfman.
Benicio del Toro did a series called Escape from Dannemora. Is that what you said? And we watched that, and like, oh my god, it's based on a true story. It's about this older lady and her like 40-something, and this chick is played by Patricia Arquette, and she is.
She works in the sewing room where the
She-
prisoners work,
Yeah, and she like ends up fucking the inmates.
and then like brings them tools to help them get out. Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's really good. Look, Nathan. So Nathan's being an asshole. He wrote us and then drew a
A
diagonal line and then wrote topic.
Because
Should've
we
been
ain't
like-
on topic.
But we got here because we're
Us.
talking about werewolves.
Topic.
Anyway, so the skin ripping in Trick or Treat freaked me out, and I didn't like it.
It was grody.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't like the skin ripping, and you both didn't like the skin ripping, and you both didn't like the puking at the beginning, right?
Yep.
Well, I don't really care about the puking. That little fat fucker needed to die. Like,
God, all he did was kicked a pumpkin and stole some candy.
he was
Yeah, I mean-
being a little doucher, and he was dragging his bag, and that bag looked gross.
Okay,
And I remember that little fuck from Bad Santa.
just because he
Billy
was
Bob should
poor
have pushed him
and
down
had
some
to take
stairs.
a laundry bag doesn't mean he was a,
And it
piece,
was a piece of shit.
kid.
He was stealing
He was
candy
definitely
from
a
other
piece of shit.
kids. Maybe they would have gave him a bag if he wasn't being such a dildo.
but
I don't think he deserved to die.
yeah, be poisoned.
We don't know what he was like.
And, like,
that was his principle. He
he-
was just doing the right
He
thing.
didn't say shit to him. Like the principal like came out, they sat on the step together, and I don't think that kid had a single fucking line. And then he like just lectured him the whole time.
He's just like,
And he's like, "Oh, you didn't check your candy." As he's like,
he's like, go ahead and have some candy, and he's like, "Meow."
"Yeah."
Like, and just eating his candy, like not giving a fuck.
And
It's
then
not
he
good
ate
for
a
his
sucker.
diabetes.
Did he not poison all the candy? How
No.
would he have known what candy the little boy was gonna eat?
I don't know.
So it might have just been like he poisoned the random candy and put it in the thing. But from the perspective of the movie, this kid is totally a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know.
He was smashing jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, he broke the rules.
He was lucky Sam
all
didn't get a
did.
hold of him.
That's probably true. Actually,
I'm
it
just
would have been
saying.
much more brutal.
Yeah. So like,
But then, like, Sam didn't kill the teacher, and the teacher is being a piece of shit,
No, but the teacher was following the rules.
killing
Because
people,
because Sam
carving jack o' lanterns out
Okay,
of
so
people heads.
Sam is like the spirit of Halloween,
Yeah.
right? Okay, he only hurts people that are breaking the rules of Halloween, like putting out the jack o' lanterns and shit like that, and not giving out candy. So that's why he went after shit. I don't remember the chick's name at the beginning.
robot
Doesn't
woman.
Robot chick. She was in the shittiest robot costume.
she's the
Porn
news
tape
reporter
sexer.
from Iron Man that he sleeps with.
Yeah,
that
Brown.
Pepper kicks out.
She likes to watch
Alright.
porn when you're getting it on.
Yeah. Anyway,
We learned that.
so she was like taking down the decorations before
Yeah.
Halloween was over and stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
against the rules. So that's why Sam killed her. The Mr. Krieg wasn't giving out candy. He also didn't have jack-o'-lanterns, but part of Sam fucking with him was putting the jack-o'-lanterns out.
Mm.
So then he had jack-o'-lanterns, but he still wasn't giving out candy. So that's why when he stole the candy from him, he left because he got candy from him. So then he was following the rules. So he ended up getting killed by the kids that he drowned.
Yeah. So then
the teacher
he
was
just like hung around and watched everyone else get killed.
yeah,
He was like, "Oh, this is fine."
yeah, because he's into it. It's fucking Samhain. He's a demon.
I don't know.
But if you follow the rules, he doesn't kill you.
I don't know, man. I just think he's a little cutie.
I mean, he is a little cutie, and it's fun, but you also need to follow the rules, or he'll fucking slit your throat.
I
with
don't even have a goddamn jack-o'-lantern.
Well,
He's gonna come kill me,
better
and
be
I don't give
careful.
out candy.
Well, you're fucked then.
Yeah, but I never have, so I'm good so far.
Well, we also don't live in Ohio, so.
We're pretty close. He could probably walk with his little tiny cute legs. Just back up in his little wagon. Oh,
So while we're on the subject of Sam, do you like or dislike the inconsistency of his size? Because when he tackles Brian in the window, he is a full-grown fucking man.
well,
When
come
he is
on.
climbing-
He has to be.
But hold on. When he's climbing on the ceiling and he jumps down onto Brian's shoulders, he's a full-grown fucking man. He's still a
Well-
full-grown man there. Most of the shots of him when he's a kid is like him standing somewhere.
Okay.
But I like it. I think it adds. It's kind of like Dutch angles. It adds this weird, like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like creepy feeling to his character
right.
that he has this inconsistency in size, and then I also just imagine that he can just be whatever size he needs to be to fuck up whatever he needs to fuck up.
Right. Yeah. I don't really care because he's a fucking magical being. If it was like an actual kid, or if it was like Chucky, you know,
Yeah.
if like Chucky was different sizes, because he's a fucking doll, so he has like a physical representation that is, you know, an actual thing, not like a fucking. It's a demon with a pumpkin head. That's you know, okay. It can be 12 foot fucking tall if it wants to. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think that it's a movie, and I know that stunt doubles are a thing. So I'm like,
All
Could've
right.
just dropped like a 3 foot tall like sack of, you know, whatever on top of Brian Cox, and he could run around with it.
yeah. But I also feel like, especially in the window, it was just like an orange blur, so you knew
Yeah.
it was Sammy, but I couldn't really be like,
Whoa.
oh, that was a grown man.
It wasn't Sammy, okay? It was Sam.
It's Sammy because he's cute.
Sammy.
Sammy the cutie.
Sammy!
I don't know what that means.
So I want to see a video of Dean and Bill from True Blood wandering around the same woods,
Sammy!
just both going,
Suki.
Suki. Sammy!
Suki. Sammy!
Yes.
Sammy. Oh my god.
Anyway,
Cassie's just
not
like,
amused.
What the fuck, you fucking assholes?
Look,
Shut the fuck up.
we understand that on Drafty Dames that like you and Sarah are very like da. Here we like to do more.
you're exhausting.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
This is why I
Really?
go to bed afterward.
Man,
Me too.
Jesus. It's just gonna be me and you, I think.
I think so too. And yeah, really.
You know what, Shane? You know what pisses me off, man?
What?
The gun.
Shit.
Oh,
I just
damn
want you to
it.
bitch about
Oh, fuck.
it. Go ahead.
All right.
Load it up.
Well, that's the problem.
Pull back the hammer.
Like, okay, they did the number of shots right on this fucking double barrel shotgun that Mr. Krieg had, but they always just like pull a fucking random gun sound out of a library of sounds from the studio for like guns cocking and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've got a double barrel shotgun. Here's the pump shotgun sound or whatever. It's got little hammers. It's a very distinct sound when you pull back a hammer.
Right.
And, you know, you can make it louder, but it doesn't sound like what it sound. I don't even know what the fuck it was. It was either like somebody pulling the slide back on a fucking pistol or like just half of a shotgun pumping.
Yeah.
It was not pulling the hammer back on a shotgun. It's just dumb. I fucking hate that shit. And he did it like 6 times because he put a bunch of rounds into the walls and shot fucking Sam like 4 times.
I'm struggling.
What the fuck?
She fucking with her headphones.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, luckily that was the only time they had that kind of issue. There was only one gun in the movie.
Yeah.
I did notice that Mr. Krieg didn't have a cell phone, but there were cell phones. So they got to do the pulling the phone cable out of the wall thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
There's quite a few
Classic.
classic staples.
Yeah, he also had a rotary phone.
Yeah. I don't think he's left his house since he killed all those kids.
Probably not.
He's living off the interest of all the money he got paid.
Yep.
That's fucked.
Did Sam kill his dog?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his dog's gone.
Killed the dog
Do
upstairs.
we know?
All we know is that we heard the whimpering and a crash, or like a banging or thumping sound.
That
He
I don't
there
just
remember.
wasn't really concerned about his dog.
Well, then there was also a ton of stuff written on the walls in blood, so...
Yeah,
Dog blood.
but he did have a cat in his sack.
He did have a cat in his sack, which I've never caught before, and fucking cracked me up this time.
That
Yeah.
shit was pretty funny.
Why?
I don't know.
Because it's like a little evil dude with a fucking cat in his sack that's still alive, and he's dragging it around. So when he goes down the steps, it's like, "Ah!"
Let's talk about the real issue here.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
the real issue?
How many married couples are sleeping to or fucking to porn?
Oh my
That was a
god.
That was a question that was asked at the beginning of this. So if you would like to chime in and email us, draftyq@gmail.com, and let us know if you got to fuck to porn.
But don't send us your porn.
Yeah, or pictures of you
Hold on
fucking
a
to porn, or your sex tape.
Those
or...
all need to go to Shane.
No, just don't send that stuff.
No, that's terrible. Edit that out.
We'll just leave it as just don't send that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you never know.
No.
You never know, like, somebody's email could get hacked and then it gets shared around or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
It happens to fucking people with way more money than any of us, so...
Yeah,
Yeah.
I only share mine with Arabian princes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Life
Because you
is
can trust
indeed
those guys.
yeah.
like a box of chocolates.
They send you iPhone gift cards.
They send him
You got to pay an iPhone gift card
gold Nokias.
or something. Oh yeah.
That's like softer than a regular Nokia.
But it's gold.
Gold.
And next week we're gonna do gold member.
No, we're not.
Smoking a pancake.
Did anybody look up trivia for this?
No.
Awesome.
But
Let's.
I think the most terrifying story out of all these is the kids on the bus.
Yes.
Fuck that. That was terrifying. And those little assholes dragging that poor girl out, poor Rhonda out to that. I fucking
They
hated
got
them.
what they fucking deserved.
Yeah, even the little pirate kid. I felt bad for him, and she's like, "Just stay here. These pumpkins will protect you." And then the little doucher was part of it, so he deserved to die. And then the
Fucking everybody deserved
little-
to die in this movie.
little good-looking chode kid, he deserved to die too.
I got 10 fun facts about Trick or Treat from Geek Tyrant.
Okay.
Well, what's number 1, Russell?
They're not listed in any particular order, it looks like. So
Oh,
we'll
what's
just start
the
at
first one
start.
you're gonna read?
So many of the kids trick-or-treating in the film were actually little people. They were used since the movie was shot mainly at night and real kids could not work these hours. Most of the jack-o'-lantern, this is trivia fact number 2, most of the jack-o'-lanterns in the movie were made out of foam or ceramic. There was an on-set joke that no pumpkins were harmed during the making of this film.
God damn.
The werewolves that we saw in the movie were created by Tatapalis Studios, which is the same studio that created the Lycans in the Underworld trilogy.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
I thought they looked more like that than...
The name of the character Sam is derived from Samhain, which is the ancient Celtic festival of the dead from which modern-day Halloween is derived. Despite having been portrayed as such in this film and several other works, Samhain is not a deity or other personage of ancient Celtic polytheism. It is only the name of the celebration. However, the idea of being either a deity or other personage dates back to at least the late 1st century, largely thanks to an Irish bishop named Cormac MacCullinane and his book Sanus Cormac, which had identified Samhain as such. The rock quarry was originally, or fact number 3, the rock quarry was originally conceived as a pumpkin patch, which would have been pretty awesome.
Yeah. That's why they walk by a pumpkin patch before they get to it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe they could have incorporated the Great Pumpkin. Fuck.
You douche. Sam was the Great Pumpkin.
Yeah.
The greatest pumpkin.
The greatest pumpkin.
Well, at least the cutest.
He was assistant to the regional pumpkin.
Oh, Jesus. Don't prank him, though.
All right.
Pumpkin?
Trivia fact number 5. The film had several little changes before filming began. It was originally called Season's Greetings,
What?
like the
Nope.
short film it was based on.
Stupid.
It was changed because it sounded too much like a Christmas film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other titles it went through included Halloween Terrors, Jack-O-Lantern Tales, October the 31st, and then finally ended up using Trick or Treat. There was already a movie of the same name, though, so they changed the spelling to Trick or Treat. There is another movie called Trick or Treat,
Yeah.
and it's got Gene Simmons in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it does.
And it's about a possessed tape player or something like that.
You mean like Kiss?
Yeah, Gene Simmons of Kiss.
Wow.
All right, next fact. The look of Brian Cox's character, Mr. Krieg, was based on John Carpenter, the director of horror classics Halloween and The Thing. Mr. Krieg says, "You gotta be fucking kidding," while Sam's severed hand runs across the floor. In 1982's The Thing, Palmer said the exact same line while Norris's head ran around the lab on spider legs, and Cox says the line the exact same way. That's a cool little tidbit. Mrs. Henderson, who is the drunk teacher dressed as a cat, is a werewolf. She can be seen during the transformation scene and is also in the background with the group of werewolf girls in one scene.
Oh, yeah. That's probably how the coach in the hot dog costume got to the party.
Yep. The serial killer in the story, Stephen Wilkins, seems to specialize in murdering children. This is actually one of the few horror movies where young children are shown being killed off in the story for real.
Yeah, that doesn't really happen too much
No.
in movies.
Hmm.
No, I mean, think about it.
No, I am thinking about it. It doesn't really.
I mean, I recently just started playing a video game where they killed off a kid, and that one shocked me. Didn't expect that.
Got some more IMDb trivia there.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
pretty
I
much
looked
the
up the
same.
other. I looked up the other Trick or Treat movie.
I got trivia.
I have a few actually.
Go ahead.
Or I guess they might be more of Easter eggs. Let me see where I want to start. I was trying to find ones that you didn't already read off.
It's okay.
The
we can
bottle of
incorporate-
booze in the old man's house, which ends up being smashed and wielded as a weapon, is labeled Glenn McPherson, and Glenn McPherson is the director of photography. So he just made his own booze. Anna Paquin's character Laurie is named after Laurie Strode from Halloween.
Oh, okay.
During the newscast of the Halloween parade, the reporter remarks, "Werewolves, zombies, and demons of every variety have descended on the normal sleepy town of Warren Valley, Ohio. This is foreshadowing to the creatures that end up being revealed over the course of the film. The werewolf's looking for victims, the zombie in the rock quarry, and Sam looking for candy and to see that the rules of Halloween are followed. When the girls are buying their costumes, Danielle tells her date to meet them at Sheep's Meadow. This foreshadows their later reveal as werewolves.
I missed that one.
A wolf in sheep's clothing.
I love it.
That's great.
The chocolate bar that saves Mr. Krieg's life and the climactic fight scene, stopping him from being stabbed by Sam, is labeled a Lahatka bar, the last name of the co-producer. The scene where Lori and her friends reveal that they are werewolves, the background music plays Sweet Dreams by Marilyn Manson, which is also played in a scene and in the ending credits of House on Haunted Hill. Later on Mr. Krieg's TV, he flips through channels, and one of the channels is playing House on Haunted Hill.
It's like every scary movie made in the 2000s and late 90s had that song in it.
Yeah.
Damn near.
Anna Paquin plays a werewolf dressed as Little Red Riding Hood. So there's that.
Did you see the one Billy, Mr. Wilkins' son, is dressed similar to Chucky?
Yes.
With the bib, overalls, striped long sleeve shirt, and red hair.
Huh. Yeah, that's true.
At one point, Danielle tells a friend that her mother always called her the runt of the litter,
Yeah.
foreshadowing that they were werewolves.
There was a lot. It was basically like, hey, guys, these chicks are fucking werewolves.
Yeah.
Just wait. Wait for it.
It was supposed to be released October 2007 for like Halloween, but Saw was coming out.
Saw 4?
Yeah. And they were like, nope, we're not going to do that. So it ended up coming out straight to DVD October 2009.
Huh. I did see where a lot of people hold this in high regards as one of the best horror movies ever made.
It won a few awards.
Yeah.
I saw, but
Do you see the C. Ernst Harth has a cameo as Laurie's blind date, the giant baby, in 13 Ghosts from 2001. He played the ghost called The Great Child, also a giant baby. Both films are Warner Brothers releases.
Great
That's
movies,
fucking
by the
awesome.
way. 13 Ghosts was awesome.
Yeah, 13 Ghosts is good.
We'll have to do some more horror at some point.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the movies for October lined out, but we'll do it again.
2 things. 1, this is based off a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Did we cover that?
No.
2,
A comic book and an animated short film.
2, the kid that was peeking on the girls getting changed.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that kid. You know who that kid is?
Sam.
No. It wasn't Sam.
Yeah, he plays Sam.
He plays Sam.
No.
The actor plays
Who
Sam.
he grew up to be?
Oh.
Quinn
no.
Lord.
No, he grew up to be Gardner Minshew. Or Minshew Gardner. I was just playing off that stupid ass meme.
What
He's
the
so
fuck?
awesome.
What?
No.
Minshew Gardner.
Fucking.
Have you seen all those memes where they talk about him being like Chuck Norris? Dude, they're every fucking where.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them.
I haven't seen.
Christine
It was stupid. I thought it was funny.
is in this.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't get it.
The car.
Plymouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is in the school bus scene.
Yeah, because it's in 1958.
Because it's the red car
Huh.
sitting
Yep.
right there. Yeah,
Yep.
that makes
That's
fucking
awesome.
sense.
No, there's references to tons of fucking movies in this.
Actual amputees were used to play the zombie kids.
Holy shit. This movie went all out.
Yeah.
They got amputee little people? Can I say that?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you are if you suffer from dwarfism, and you could email us at draftyq.com and let us know what's the appropriate terminology and
DraftyQ@gmail.com.
draftyq at what I say.
DraftyQ.com.
Oh, whatever.
Soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
What Shane said.
What the fuck?
Did you guys see that? You might have already read it, and I was looking and didn't pay attention. Brian Cox designed his own look for Krieg.
Oh no.
So he was like, yeah, so this is how I'm going to look.
That's awesome.
You guys got to make me a fucking weird nose, and then I'm going to hate it I'm going to play with it all the time, and it's going to be pointing in different directions. Goddamn. All right.
The tagline for the movie, I actually like. It's catchy in an evil way. Poison, drowning, claw, or knife. So many ways to take a life.
That's fucking awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Poison, drowning, claw, or knife. Yeah, that's all the ways people die. Huh.
Who drowned?
All the kids on the bus.
Oh, shit.
Don't laugh about it. Damn.
I laughed because I forgot, not because it was funny. It's actually really fucked up.
Wrong way. Wrong way.
Yeah.
Did you notice that he was like counting the address?
Yep.
Yeah.
360. 364.
Yep.
Then he turned and he was like, wrong way.
Wrong way.
And
Yeah.
his hands were all bloodied because he was already like
Trying to
freaking
get out, yep.
trying to get out, and then he did.
All right. So let's go ahead and rate this.
Let's do it.
Let's have Cassie go first.
I give it 10 stabs.
10 stabs?
Yep.
Oh.
I'd stab it 10 times.
Is that all the times that it can be stabbed? Or is this like you got tired after 10? I don't know. Is that a 10 out of 10? I'm confused.
Yeah, that's like my rating scale
All right.
because I'm feeling a little stabby because it's Octoween.
Spoopy.
I need
Watch
you
your
guys to
beehole.
not leave.
Whoa.
Okay.
What just happened?
He wants a witness to his murder.
I won't.
Too
I mean,
many
I'm assuming
voices.
she won't do it.
I
if you
can be
guys
bought.
Hang out.
Why am I killing someone?
Because
I
you're
don't know,
feeling
you're
stabby. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, but just like because I watched this movie, I'm not going to actually do it. And
I
if I
told him-
did, it would only be 10 times. So
Well,
You
when
can
you
make
said
it.
it, I
Oh,
looked
I
at
can
him and I
take
said,
10
watch your
stabs."
beehole. And
Yeah, Nathan made it sexual. I made
Yeah.
it like you were actually going to stab me.
bitch, I might.
All right, Russell, you want to rate this movie?
I mean, it's going to be your last.
Yeah. So I liked what Cassie did with the stabs. So
Yeah, you'll
I'm
like
gonna
it
give
later.
it. Nope. Get out of here. What are you doing? Quit touching my ass.
So how many stabs you
Awkward.
giving it?
I'm not gonna give it stabs. I'm gonna give it 9.5 jack-o'-lanterns.
Oh. Just keep them lit, son.
What the fuck? God damn it. That's it? Just you're
So this is yeah, I usually say more, don't I? So this is if not my favorite, at least in my top 5 favorite horror movies. And probably just really high on the list of favorite movies ever. But there's so much, like, it's so compelling every time I watch it, and it's so quick and it's so like packed, but it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel like they just crammed it all in. So I guess I watched this movie. I love this movie so much. I don't know how often I watch this movie.
Yeah.
As we discovered earlier tonight. So that to me is testament of how great this movie is.
All right. I'm gonna give it 8.5 live cats in a sack.
Well, the half one can't be alive.
I don't know. It's magic. But
It's all because of the gun, isn't it?
yeah. Well, no. Okay. So it's really good for an anthology movie, but it's not everything that I want from a movie, right? Because even though I don't think we need the backstory for these characters, I love backstory. It's not my preferred genre. There's a lot that is going against this movie, but I still really enjoy it. So like it's kind of going against the grain for things that I like.
Right.
So it's pretty good to get an 8.5.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of problems with it, other than like the gun thing and the gun noise thing and the prosthetic nose. But yeah, so 8.5. I guess 8 live cats and 1 half dead one in a sack, drugged by a pumpkin-headed kid.
See, I did 10 because it's the only scary movie I'll watch. So
That's
it's
fair.
like the best scary movie to me.
That's definitely fair. Nathan?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10
Aw.
because you stole my gimmick.
What?
In my defense, every time I'm on, I do that.
She does weird shit.
I gave in-game like 9 tiers. I don't remember.
I didn't rate Endgame. I didn't even rate
I don't
it.
know that I did actually either.
Oh, everyone rated it. You were just.
I think
very
I was
sad
crying.
about-
Yeah.
No, you gave it a
was too busy
shitty
crying.
rating, kind of, because you're like really mad about Iron Man.
Yeah, still am.
And Cap should have died to you.
Still should have.
That's it.
But you're giving it a 9 out of 10?
Yeah. Stole
Okay.
my gimmick.
I don't really feel like we stole your gimmick.
We're just doing
If I said you did,
spooky Halloween
It's
stuff.
then
Octoween.
that's how I feel. Then I'm not wrong, Russell.
Give it 9 pumpkin spice lattes.
Feelings are always wrong.
No.
No, feelings are always right now, Russell.
Oh, fuck. 2019. My bad.
All right, so if you guys want to get a hold of us, you can hit us up on Twitter or Instagram at DraftyQ. We have a YouTube, Drafty Quarters Podcast Network. Our Facebook is Drafty Quarters Productions. Find us on Patreon and become a patron for only $1 a month. We will have exclusive content up there this month, and we're looking at doing a video that you should hear a promo about very soon. You can also send us any comments, questions, general complaints, or adulation to our email, draftyq@gmail.com. So that will do it for this episode of DQP Does, where we went over Trick or Treat. What?
You want me to put a phone number on there?
No.
Okay.
Why would I put the... God damn it.
Maybe we get more response.
I'm out.
We went over Trick or Treat this evening. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Did you hear me swallow? That's what I was hoping for.
That first cut into fresh construction paper. Hope those papers aren't important.
They're the kids.
Why are these cut?
She's gonna be like, my book! I was writing a book, Dad! You ruined it! Oh no, you just be like, it's just, I binded it. Oh no. That's not relaxing at all.
Leave my cowbell
Unless
out of this.
you're freaking Christopher Walken.
You know what this needs, right? Needs more cowbell.
Needs more cowbell.
I can't fucking do it. He
I
does
like
it better
how
than I
you
do.
did the fucking.
Yeah.
Needs more cowbell.
Your Christopher Walken is way better than your
yeah.
Keanu.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys,
like
what are you
100%.
talking about?
Huh.
Your Keanu's real bad.
Christopher Walken's probably the one I practiced the most because I watched like 100 videos at LL and then was like, let me try this and just sat there and tried to do.
What?
She's just eating it. Get that out of her mouth, please.
What's in her mouth?
Hair. She
was like scaling up the side, flipping them ball like the fuzzy ball.
You got a little goatee. Come here.
this watch.
Later you'll hear.
I hit it in my ass.
Stuck to me. Eat a deedle. Hairball. Yeah, she keeps like getting her.
You don't keep telling the story because I know you're recording.
Say don't keep it?
Yeah, no, don't keep telling the story.
What?
You told me not to keep telling the story.
What story?
The
About
watch
the
story.
watch.
What watch?
The one. I hit it in my ass.
From Pulp
Anyway.
Fiction.
Trick or treat. Quit it!
That
Oh
noise.
My fucking God.
It reminds me of a time when I had sex with your mother. She pulled out this toy.
Quit.
I'm gonna do it all weekend.
No.
You got to tell the story about the lion and the hyenas.
We have to record so I can go to bed.
I don't remember that one. Oh yeah, you're
There's a
asking. to slow down
lion.
mine.
And he's pestered by a bunch of hyenas. Anyway.
Nope, can't say that.
Just put it in the outtakes, Shane. Fucking. It's an unsafe work environment here.
What a fucking
It's
asshole.
very wet.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's a sound bite.
It's going to go right before the... This has been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network. It's so wet. Maybe after. I don't know.
Moister than an oyster.
Like every chick on Tinder is like, if you're under 6 foot, fuck off.
Well, you're lucky then, huh?
Yeah, I'm right there.
Meet the cutoff.
Yeah.
I seen a picture the other day. It was like, "Hey, baby, you like big dick?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh."
Well, I'll have to find something else for you to like about me.
How do you feel about average? I've only said.
Why are you
twice.
making that face?
I don't have a face.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Moister than an oyster.
This has been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network.
It's very wet.